Hi, I'm Don Bodan from SampleLibraryReview.com, and today we're going to be checking out the brand new Eric Whitacre Choir from Spitfire Audio. There are few things that bring the kind of emotion like the human voice in a piece of music. After a long rumored bubblings about some mystic Spitfire Choir release, the developer has unleashed Eric Whitacre Choir. This is a collaboration with famed choral composer Eric Whitacre, and the team envisions a new idea for a choir library.
What I want to do, like the idea that composers could have these sounds at their fingertips and start thinking about the voice in a different way, that became thrilling for me.
To take on the ambitious project, Grammy-winning composer utilized 22 of his favorite London singers for the library, recording in Lyndhurst Hall and Air Studios.
I know for me, in that room with that group of singers, that the energy coming at me from that, I really feel like I could do it all day. It must be my favorite recording room in the world.
In a special Behind the Samples video interview, Christian talked to Eric, and they mentioned that this release was shooting for not only a workhorse tool for composers, but also there's hopes of challenging composers to open up to more uses for choral composition.
And this is one of the things I think the joint kind of ambitions of this library is to get people thinking about using it differently. What are your kind of ambitions where that's concerned?
Yeah, that's it exactly. So I hope for composers who are writing, using it for film or for television or for classical composition, typical moments, angelic moments, that it's helpful there. But I like the idea of subverting that and finding places where the voices can serve as a subtext that no one would ever consider before.
Library downloads as over 165 gigabytes. Samples are from the sessions of 22 singers recorded at Lyndhurst Hall and Air Studios. Library comes with both a choir instrument with 170 different sample techniques, as well as an Evo-Grid instruments with 111 evolutions. It is powered by Spitfire's plug-in, compatible with VST, AU, AAX, and it normally sells for $599 from Spitfire Audio. At the time of putting this together, there was a special intro price. You could grab the library for $449. I'll, of course, include a link to take you straight over to Spitfire, as well as over to Sample Library Reviews, Eric Whitacre Choir page, where we'll have all the demos, audio, video, any other review videos we find around the web. Looking over this library at first, two big things stuck out for me. First, I want to make sure you draw your attention. They've got a frequently asked questions page, as well as a great set of very simple how it works tutorials done by Jack over at Spitfire. These are just super straight ahead, great ways to get familiar with the instrument, so I recommend you check those out. And the other thing that I really was thinking about as I first opened up the Eric Whitacre library here is, since this is recorded in Lyndhurst Hall, this means it has synergy with the Spitfire orchestral libraries because they're all recorded at that hall as well. As you can see, this loads up in Spitfire's own plugin here. It's got a little collapse. Otherwise, it's the size of a giant interface taking up the whole screen. There is some adjustments if you wanted to change the sizing. I'm not going to get into that. I'll be sure to include all the official info in the official videos and links in the description below. Library loads up with this 2T all-in-one long ah. So let's just take a listen. I've got expression and dynamics, and then this round guy. This dials in a reverb, which it's a little odd that you control reverb with that, but you know, you can change what it does on some of the settings. So I just want to listen through some presets first, and I'll chime in once in a while and share what I know about the instrument. Also some nice ahs there. It looks like we've got a short ahs full out with fortissimo. That's with full reverb. And you hear a lot of room in there. If we go into our mics, we got all of these microphones. Look at all this. Right now, it looks like we've only got the tree loaded up for the ahs. Let's go ahead and pull tree down and mostly hear this close. Let's turn that off. Another thing that I thought was kind of cool is they've got the advanced settings here. You can turn those off and just go to very simplified, close and far settings. And then that way you're not having to deal with every bit of those mic positions. As you can see, because I changed it, it's automatically changed my configuration here, which is kind of cool. Also got additional mics just for each of the sections: soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and then a couple of others as well. Let's get back to these presets though. Yeah, it's a lovely little all across the board. 2T, all in one patch that we've got loaded up right now. And some dynamic swells. I've got that reverb turned all the way down. Let's turn it up so we can hear it. And some hums, dynamic swells. O's and E. And as you can see, look at all of these 2T articulations we have, including short effects. And that's with a lot of verb. This one longer. Pitch clash, static ahs, major seconds. Very nice. And a little movement. Nice. Little cymbal haya and ana. Definitely can get those godlike sounds out of this. The presets are set up it looks like it's pretty well organized in that you can either choose tagging by kind of articulation. I think there's 117, if I remember correctly. Everything from long, shorts, legatos, effects, and evolutions. So for instance, we could hit legatos, and now it's narrowed it down to all legatos, but If we want to get a specific legato, let's get a tenor legato. Here's all our tenor legatos. Let's load up this one. All tenor legatos. Here's our 4 different tenor legatos. And let's see what this guy is doing first. Reverb. And looks like we can switch it to vibrato now. Yeah, I'm not hearing too much of that vibrato there. And ooze. And I've been clicking these with a mouse, but you can see here it's got the articulations are set to key switch here. Right now it's got C -1. We can reset those however we wanted. Putting them right on my keyboard so I don't have to hit any other switches. So now I've got them C0, C#0, D0, and the last one I didn't catch. There we go. So. Legatos sound really lovely. So in a similar way to use the tagging, it looks like we'd be able to start with, say, we wanted some sopranos and go for the long articulations. Now we can see what those are. Let's see what this beautiful, soft, and breathy is. You double click it, it loads. Thank goodness. I can't tell you how many times I've had an instrument I pulled up and I double click and nothing happens. I was worried I might have to hit the load button instead of double clicking. It's just not intuitive for me. I'm glad they've created the instrument this way. Pull up a little verb on this. Let's see if that's what it's set to. Yep, reverb. And in a similar fashion, we could see what this long na-na-nas are. Yeah, it's really cool. I guess my instinct would be to see, is this tempo synced? And is there a way to edit that? And I don't see that right off the bat in my clicking around. I'm going to have to refer to the manual. I know there's some additional settings. Interface default. So I guess that's a question I'd have. For these that are rhythmic, I'm going to have to return to the official page and find out if they're tempo synced. So let's explore some of these shorts. Right now I'm set on all of the shorts. Short Oz. So see, now you see we've got them broken into soprano. Here's our alto. Here's our tenor and bass. Let's just hear the bass. Short, soft, breathy Oz. Pianissimo. It's very nice. It's a really lovely sound. Let's go ahead and load up all the shorts for these basses. Let's hear it without that verb on. let's go and see what mic we got. Just a tree mic. It looks like the standard is the tree. Let's go ahead and just pull up the bass. And let's get that close mic turned on and take a listen to without the tree. And then with the tree mic. Getting that nice room sound from the tree. We've got an ambient microphone. I've got to turn it up, obviously. So we've got no shortage of mic options. We can try to see what else we can come up with here. The other thing I do want to note is that looking over these how it works manuals, these videos created by, I believe, Jack over in customer service, customer interaction. I can't remember which department he's in, but I watched the videos. Extremely helpful. These are straight to the point. I know that the Spitfire guys release a lot of videos that really show us how the instruments work, which is always great. You get to hear them working on their music with them as well as breaking them apart. But I'll tell you what, for a reviewer and for myself as a user, those how-to videos are where it's at. I can quickly watch through that 6 minutes and pretty much know how to get around the instrument if I had any questions. What I learned while watching that is you could save presets, you could load presets, and you could also mix presets. So for instance, we got this wacky mix preset with this strange microphone configuration that I just played around with. We could actually save that. And when we load up another preset, we could, let's go ahead and save that. We'll call this Boomy. Save Boomy. Now when you change, let's go to one of our effects. Let's go to a tutti effects, short fall. Let's load that up. Haven't heard it before. And now I could actually go in and load. Where is it? Load. I thought I would be able to just load the mix preset that I created. But it doesn't look like it's showing up. I must have hit a wrong button. So let's try it again. There we go. Out. Mid. That one. Close mic on. Tree mic down. Super wacky. And now let's go and save this as effects room mix. And now when I hit save, it's not showing up in my presets. Okay, that's another question I'm going to have. Where is it at? How do I get it to work? Something maybe with my folder configuration. I'm not sure. But I could always save this as an entire preset and not just a mix preset, right? So effects, room mix, save. And I got user presets and user presets. It's not coming up here either. So I obviously have something going on that's not letting this work. Maybe I did have to download this on another computer and migrate it. Maybe there's something that happened there. I'll have to find out. We've got additional output effects, it looks like. With each one, we'll have a different set. Tightness, reverb. So tightness, we can get this to be a little more bitey. A little more loose. And those are the ones we could choose here in our CC controller. And there we go. So now, if you see, both of these are set up as being controlled by my MIDI CC, which isn't what I intended to do. So that's another question I'm going to have to figure out. Besides the tagging of type of articulation, as well as section or tutti, you also have the ability to use this I love it star and create a favorites. That way, when you go to, hopefully this works properly, when we go to our starred area, our favorites come up. Yes! Functionality, I saw it work, and it worked for me. I'm very happy. I was getting nervous after those presets didn't work this time. So let's just listen to a few more, and then we'll jump into the evolution instrument. So we've got, we got the evolutions here, but it looks like we've got breathy O's. Let's listen to some of these. Yeah, that's a really lovely tone. Bubbling. Cloud Grace Oz, major seconds. Yeah, that's interesting. And they've got cloud for minor, clinical. There's a nice evolving nature to that. That's a really beautiful sound. Episodic Evo Da. That's very nice as well. Just a little bit of movement between sibilances. Oo, na. Let's see. Yeah, got a little bit of movement in there. Erupting hums. A little bit of burst. Random burst. Yeah, that's nice. When you're playing a chord, they happen at different times. Adds a little bit of texture. Harmonics. And it looks like we've got more of these movements. Is that what's happening with them? Nope, it's just playing a perfect fourth. You can also cycle through presets here. There we go. So you can cycle through. Now, this is one thing that really stood out while I was watching the interview that Christian did with Eric. He talked about that little beating sound, that little bit of natural overtone in a room where you have singers, and how they really spent time to try to capture some of that, because you just can't get that with having two sample libraries play single notes. Whereas if you listen very closely, even like on the major third, you'll start to hear a little bit of that that beating once that second pitch comes in. You just can't fake that. Microtonal oscillating. Oh no. Very nice. NZ. Very nice. Slowly morphing from N to Z sounds. And then we got static. It's whistle hums. Very good. I'm really loving the beauty of this thus far. There's a lot more that I could be going through just with the normal and advanced choir articulations. So now I want to look at some of the Evo articulations that they did include here. Evolution's simple. Okay. And I think what we're gonna do is hear these used a lot on the Evo-Grid instrument once I pull it up next here. So when I do that, I'm playing a triad, and it's gonna be playing 6 notes. So I'm gonna have all of that clashing, including I think I'm even having a nice tritone in there. Yeah. I could go through all of these, but I think it's important to cover a little bit of this Evo instrument that they have created, an evolution using the Evo-Grid instrument. And here it is here. If you're familiar with Spitfire's evolution engine, it works as a pegging system. Basically, across your keyboard, you're able to peg in different libraries into different slots. So I'm loading a different sample library from the Evolutions engine, wherever these colors are. So these are the episodic samples we listen to. These are the dynamics, and these are the simple. So now I'm going to get very unexpected results just by playing some chords on the keyboard. So you can hear we've got different sections doing different things because it's just bringing up a different set of performances for each of these colored sections of the keyboard. I guess we've got a randomizer here. Do we click it here? Yeah, here we go. Feeling lucky. Let's see. And then we're able to go to different kinds of selections through here. And I think we could randomize these, right? No, maybe not. Is there a way to scroll over? Ah, there's a way to scroll up. So we've got all of these articulations here. So this is rhythmic, which I know this is going to be fun. So we could do randomization on that rhythmic. Is that correct? Yep. And just click it away. Keeps randomizing just in the rhythmic section. That's fun. We've got a bunch of presets. I'll get to those in a minute. I just want to kind of get a little feel for this. Some of the episodics. Just keep clicking away. You see it randomizing constantly. Let's change keys. I've been playing C minor all day. So with just a few chords and key changes, I'm getting different sample sets playing across different parts, different kinds of rhythmic, or different kinds of episodic. Yeah. Special. I'm feeling special. Up high, there's some wacky ones. This is kind of cool. You could play just what's visible. So it's just randomly picking from what's visible while you're scrolling. Ah, back to C minor, damn it. That's a lot going on. All right, let's dig into some of these. Looks like we can break it down into sections or tutti. Got dynamic movement. Let's load up a bunch of those. So you get a nice performance. That was just the altos. Here's just tenors, pitch clash. Yeah, that's really neat. That's really neat sound. I just started slowly adding basses. Here's some dynamic movement with basses. Yeah, the thing I like about these dynamic presets and the sample set is you really feel like you're getting a performance out of it. I feel like these rhythmic ones, I feel like these might be the coolest just out of the gate. Getting to play around with something that sounds like they're performing with you. And for our 2Ts, we could use all those as well. Not just for something special. Let's hear it. And because you're holding it down, you hear it start to evolve. And I think the longer you hold those down, the more you get a feel for how you would be able to use it. And again, this Evo-Grid, I've been a huge fan since Spitfire first released this, and I had a chance to play with it. I love what they've done. Those legatos sound so sweet in the main instrument. A lot of really nice, beautiful samples. And I think the thing Eric had said when Christian was talking to him in the interview was that he's really hoping that this will inspire composers to utilize the human voice and choral compositions in ways it's not being used because it's so versatile. I feel like that the Eric Whitacre Choir really does deliver. I'll, of course, include a link to take you straight over to Spitfire Audio and to Sample Library Reviews, Eric Whitacre Choir page, where I have all the videos, all the demos, some thoughts. I'll probably jot down a couple paragraphs at least, as well as any other review videos I find around the web, just so you can do your due diligence. Spending time on the channel, samplelibraryreview.com, for all the news and reviews and weekly deals page. Head over there.